Hi everybody and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, hello, my name is Lindsay. I'm the owner of Sublime Soul Crochet, where I crochet plushies, clothing, accessories, and more. Today I'm going to be taking you along the finishing of my latest pattern, which will be called Froog, the stylish new frog. I will insert a picture. What I'm working on right now is the summer Froog. So this is a frog that is chubby in construction. This is all one piece, and then the only thing that you'll have to sew will be the arm. This is just for the little bikini that they wear, or more or less it looks like shorts with a little crop top. You could also use it that way as well. The pattern comes with floaties that you'll make. I believe it's either 15 or 16 half double crochets in a ring. And then the bucket hat is my favorite part, and that I will be doing soon after. But I wanted to show you this one. This is the one that I'm using for the detailed photos on the pattern to show the way that the color is worked. I had about 4 stitches in between the 2 cups of the bikini, and I didn't really care for it. I had to go over and embroider a lot extra, and you really don't need to do that once you switch up the stitch count like I have. This will be the final look of the little bikini Froog. The pattern also comes with the original version, which is just the same body, big arms, little bobble feet, and a giant head. And then I also changed the color work similar to the bikini. I made it a short sleeve shirt and overalls, and I also included instructions on how to make a bandana. You can either tie around their neck or you could tie around their head, almost like a babushka. I really like those, and my testers have been working hard and they've been sharing photos with me. Inspired me to do a few more color combinations before the release. That way I can have a few more photos. Originally in some of the photos, especially for my last pattern, which was the Sprouts family, if you're not familiar, I had the privilege of being featured on Creative Grandma's channel, their subscriber submissions, and I'll get into that in a minute. But those photos, when I had released the pattern and then sold the plushies, there was still snow where I lived. I have to retake photos now that it's summery. Everything outside is brighter. You're starting to see the greenery come through. I want that to show in the photos so it doesn't look as dull and drab as some of the ones with the snow in the background look. But I want to do the same for my Froogs. And this, I think, is a great pattern for summer or spring markets, especially if you're a frog lover like I am and you want to try something new. I know there's only so many ways that you can make a frog, which is why I wanted 2 of the variations to have little outfits that essentially is the pattern, and you just color change to make the clothing. Easier for beginners. It would be easier for people as opposed to patterns that have separate onesies, dresses, etc., which, don't get me wrong, I love those. But even when I was starting out, that took me a while, because if your tension's different with the clothing than it is with the plush, it won't fit. I used to do teddy bears. The last thing I would want to do is make a teddy bear and then make an outfit for it, and the outfit's too small. There's no way I could make it. I figured this way, it's all in the same piece, and you add the little details to make it pop. Very excited about this pattern, and I already have a few more ideas coming up for desserts and summer treats, and then obviously holiday specific ones, because this and my Sprout family pattern got a lot of traction and a lot of interaction on both the tester calls as well as reels, YouTube shorts that I put out for them. It got a lot of views and a lot of very sweet comments, so I'm very excited, and I am going to make a few more. Also in this video, I do want to show you the new Sad Hamsters that I will be putting up in my shop. It is March. Currently, it is March 26th, 2025, And I've been making Sad Hamsters for just about a year now. Excited to show you some of the new variations that I had. Some of the ones that I've done have been not as popular, obviously, as the original gray with either the coquette bow or without. I completely understand that because that's originally what I started doing. I believe last May, I also started making spring color minis. So I had a mint, I had a lilac, I had a hot pink, and I believe like a turquoise. Pretty well. And then I did a party hamster, which essentially was limited edition because it was a discontinued yarn that I can no longer get from Joann. What was that? So I made a few of those. All of those ones sold out. The ones that I would say didn't do as well that I was hoping for was obviously like the Christmas one. I made it look like a little reindeer, and there was another one that didn't really, I think my execution of it didn't really come out the way that I had planned in my head, which was like blueberry pancakes. So I plan on redoing that one as well. I do want to show you the two variations that I will be having for my little spring mini launch of the hamsters. And all of these you can find under my Sad Hamster listing. The photo will be that of me holding the original gray one. Once you click on that on my Etsy shop, you'll be able to scroll through all the variations I offer. I offer regular size, which are about 10 to 11 inches by, I'd say 8 inches tall. I have minis, which vary in size. They're about 3 to 4 inches long and about the same tall. I can also make those into keychains as well. So I do want to share that information if you're interested or you know anybody that is. If you're not and you're just interested in seeing what I make, continue watching. I also have the pattern available for purchase on my Etsy shop. It was probably my best selling pattern as well. And that was because that blew up and I went unexpectedly viral for it. My most popular reel of my Sad Hamsters has reached over 8 million views. And for a while last year, it was so hard to keep up with my DMs, but we slowly started working down. Things have been winding down, and now it doesn't take me an hour to 2 hours just to read your messages and reply to your comment. I'm a little bit grateful for that, but I want to show other variations because I do think hamsters are cute. I have been making crochet hamsters for about 5 years now. It was one of the first designs other than my elephants that I had in my Etsy shop. And when the Sad Hamster trend came up, I realized that all I had to do was switch out the size of the eyes. Typically for my amigurumi designs, and when I was starting out, because I didn't know you could buy the supplies online, I only used 15 millimeter safety eyes. And that was because I could get those at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's. That was typically the size you could get. But I realized you could switch that out for about a 40 millimeter eye, and that's what gives it this cute look. I want to show you right now. First, I'll start off with the two spring colors. These both use Parfait Chunky XL. So these are them here. And these are removable flower crowns. So I'll demonstrate on one of them. We have a hot pink, I believe it's bubblegum, and then lavender. So here I'll just show you. We have the hamster. You can use it on its own, and we have the crown. I made it to measure, and then I added a few different variations of flowers. And then to put it back on, all you gotta do is slide it over the body. Once you get over the first round of the feet, you just center it, and then you can adjust it with the flowers accordingly. And this is the pink one. I'm very excited about these ones. They're a little more intricate than some of my other hamster patterns, so I'm hoping that these do well, and I will have 2 of each. The other one that I will have 2 of each is specifically for the year anniversary of me making these plushies. So I wanted to do something special that people could use outside of just collecting another type of hamster. There are a few of my customers that are repeat customers that like purchasing different variations, and they have a little collection, and I appreciate that. I really do. But I know some people like to give them specifically for gift items. So right now I'm only making 2 of each, simply because I don't know if they'll do well. Granted, I will be doing farmers markets and possibly maybe another show coming up. So I know that if I don't sell them online, the likelihood that I'll sell them in person is high. I first also asked on my Instagram, if you're following me, Sublime Soul Co, to vote on what kind of cake you liked. It was chocolate or vanilla, and this is why. So these are the anniversary hamsters. This one is chocolate cake using the new Parfait XL Palm, I believe, by Premier Yarns. And I have a little dollop of frosting with a lit candle. I think it's so cute. And my favorite part about these are that they have little metallic, reflex in the yarn. So it adds a little bit of extra texture on top of the rainbow pom-poms. And then here we have the vanilla. So it's the same thing, just a light yellow. And we have the candle, a little bit of frosting. Here they are together. We have them here. I'm very excited about these. When I saw this yarn, this is exactly what I wanted to do with it. And I wish they had a pink that was similar to that of the bubble gum. So I could have done strawberry. They do have a pink, but it's a lot darker and it looks more red online. So I don't know how it would play out. Maybe I'll even do like a red velvet one at some point, but shop soon. Probably by the time this video goes live as well. And then if they become popular enough, I will purchase enough to hopefully make them a standing variation in my shop. The party hat hamster was made using the Lion brand, I forget which one, but the giant cake of yarn that you could get at Joann's. And almost as soon as I found them in stores, they were obliterated. So I don't know if it's just a discontinued yarn or any Joann's I went to had gotten rid of them almost as soon as they put them in the shelves and stock. Whatever the case is, I can't seem to find that yarn online, so I can't say that I have that variation available anymore because it's just not the truth. A few other things that I did, I will show you 2 of the tests that I worked on, actually 3. In one moment. 3 of the tests that I recently made are for 3 individual artists. The first one I'll show you just because it's here in no particular order. This is Victoria the Sea Princess by Ivy Rose Artistry. I believe her username was something else previously. Her name is Sydney and she's very talented. She has a lot of different whimsical creatures and plushies, and I think that this pattern works in perfectly with her collection of ideas. Sometimes, and I'm guilty of it too, I make things all over the board. I don't really have a consistent style or product type. At least I don't think I do, but hers is very consistent, and so I really wanted to test out her Lovey, and I will show you closer some of the details. So I added pan pastels to her face, blush. I split her hair color, almost like a Melanie Martinez-esque hair. My favorite thing about it is you do not have to root the entire thing. You only have to do, I believe, 2 to 3 rows, which is great because when I've done certain dolls before, they look bald if I don't add a lot. This was great. She's got a little crown that I made in the Juicy Couture sparkle yarn. RIP, I don't think I was able to get another one of this color. And then this is Big Twist Plush. Again, a color I will not have enough to make another one. You knot the tail, and you can stuff the body. I wanted to leave it unstuffed and just stuff the head, but you can stuff this bit of the torso here. This is them in the full frame. I'm very excited, and I'm going to be doing a lot of markets in the summertime, and I think this would be a great pattern for that. This one is low-sew because you have to attach the hair and whatnot and the head. So the next one is designed by none other than Melly Inspired Crochet here on YouTube, and that is for their latest pattern in their Sitting Babies collection, Esme the Elephant. Now I made them in their Woolly Mammoth mod, and I love it. Elephants are my favorite animal, and I really wanted to have the ability to test this pattern. If I didn't, I was gonna buy it. So what my favorite part is the removable diaper. I had the tail sticking out, don't mind that. But you make it and size it to fit the plush, and then you have the little separate diaper that you can remove on and off. So this pattern is no-sew. I love the construction of the ears. You make them together and then you attach them as one piece, so you don't have 54 ends to do. Make the arms and the legs, you make the body as one piece and attach it to the head. All of the extras for the Woolly Mammoth mod, or if you work the regular Esme the Elephant with just the trunk, all of that is crocheted into the piece, so you don't have to worry about this. The little tufts of fur on the top of the head, that is surface crochet. So again, you don't have to worry really, other than sewing in your ends, about sewing any pieces together. And I thought, put it on my Instagram post. So if you're seeing this now, both of these patterns as of March 26th are now available. I wrote it on my Instagram post that it would be a really cute idea if you worked markets to make, I believe this is the first one of this collection, but if you made either regular Esmes in the Woolly Mammoth mod elephants as well, and you made a ton of different diapers, you could decorate them, you could color work, you could add different patterns, and at your markets, you have a little building station. Customers can come, and if they want to adopt an animal baby, they pick out the little diaper, they pair them with them, and then they can dress them before they adopt them and officially take them home. I think that's such a sweet idea, and you don't have to keep the diaper on. I think it's an adorable touch. So with mine, I am personally going to keep it on for now. But yeah, it's a very cute pattern, and Melly is also incredibly talented. She has a bunch of baby animal patterns out right now. I believe those ones are of her Sleepy Baby collection. Just Gideon the gorilla, and if I'm able to, I will insert a photo to show you how that one looked as well. Those ones, the construction, they're sleeping essentially like this. You can manipulate the arms and the legs as well. But these sitting ones, they can sit unassisted. You don't have to have that much weight on them. You can pose them into different poses, so it works perfectly with little photo shoots. And again, I think it's the perfect make for baby showers or birthday gifts and market. The third pattern that I had the privilege of recently testing was for Shay's Cozy Creations on Instagram, and it's for one of their barnyard cozy sleeping laying baby animals, and I got to test Grace the pig, and when I tell you she is so cute, they really are. I worked this baby as well as Melly's elephant, both in Posh. So this is about the size you'd get if you work them in anything from Parfait Chunky. Acrylic would be a little bit smaller than this. And if you did it in Bernat, it'd probably be about 1.5 the size. This is them. I chose to embroider their eyes more in a happy, closed position. And then I added, again, chalk pastels to the face and a little bit of a lighter color. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but little nostril embroidery as well here on their nose. I made the flower in the color that she made hers unintentionally, but I love that color combo of purple and yellow. They're complementary colors if you're not familiar, and so I really wanted to pair that together. Same reason why I wanted to use the coral color with blues and add a little pop of pink. If you didn't know that as well, orange and coral are opposite colors of the color spectrum to blues and more green tones. So I think these work very perfectly together, and I think these will do amazing at markets. They're perfect for little ones because they can hold them. They're not too intricate to where you have to worry about a ton of pieces, either to sew or to come undone. And you can really gift them for any occasion, whether it's, again, a baby shower, a birthday, or you just want a little decoration in your room. They're perfect. Grace the pig, and she has a cow as well. I can't remember the name. These patterns, I believe, will be coming out, if not March 31st, early April. Patterns, by the way, I don't just say that lightly. I usually apply for tests that I think will do really well, and I think I could do my own personal spin on. And then when I see the pattern and I recommend that, that is genuinely because I think that it is a well-written pattern. It has a lot of good photos and instructions. It's clear to read, and there's also lots of room for personalization, customization, and they work for anybody, whether it's beginner friendly or you're at more of an advanced crocheter like I am. You can complete the pattern and make them your own. So together, these are the 3 patterns that I got to test, and I'm very excited, and I hope you are interested in purchasing one or learning more about them. For this Froog as well, I am going to try embroidering the eyes. With all my other ones that I've made so far, I used 15mm safety eyes, but this one I want to embroider so it's more baby kid safe. For the floaties, I'm going to make them in this purple, again, because these coordinate so well. I think it makes the blue purple tones in the body color pop, as well as the bright neon yellow bathing suit. For the hat, I'll probably do something simple like a white so it's not all over the place and it's not all crazy. We got a little bit of cohesion here. And I will check in, hopefully, when I complete them, so that way you can see what they look like. So here we have the finished summer Froog. I'm probably going to do a little bit of pastels on their cheek. For this one, I did embroider the eyes in my style, I guess you could say. And we have the little sun hat, so I'm gonna put on the hat so you can see the entire vision all pulled together. And the way I constructed the hat was so both these and the bandana can sit behind the eyes a little bit. So here we are. Here's them in their little sun hat with their removable floaties and bathing suit. I'm very excited with how they turned out. And now that we have the pastel blush on the cheeks, they are complete. If you're interested in either purchasing the pattern to make your own Froog, the stylish baby frog, or you want to purchase this finished plushie as well as some of the other models of frogs that I've completed, be sure to check out my Etsy shop. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like or leave a comment. Let me know what was your favorite thing that you saw in this video. Look forward to seeing you soon on my crochet journey, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.